everyone, this is Chenoa from NYC, and I'm going to go into a quick recap of season 1 of Trinkets, mainly because season 2, which is the final season, comes out on August 25th. So I just want to give myself a little refresh of what happened, and then kind of think about what do I want to see happen, or what are some ideas that I have, or like little theories or conspiracies. That's what we're going to get into this video. Also, just so you know, as usual, there are spoilers in this, so if you don't want to see any spoilers, then you know what to do. So first, let's just go over the plot real quick. Elodie is our main character. She's new to Portland from New Mexico. Her mother passed away in New Mexico in a tragic car accident, so she moves in with her father, with his new wife, and her stepbrother. She's really shy, and at school she doesn't really talk to anybody. She stays to herself. She does have a few encounters with some students, but she fails to make any like real actual connections, especially like the friends that she had in Albuquerque. So I'm sure in her head she's like, why did I have to leave Albuquerque? Like, why couldn't I just stay there? It's clear that her headphones are her best friend because that's all you see her with. She like lives in those headphones. In order to cope with the loss of her mother, we see Elodie steal small trinkets and store them in like a keepsake box. And pretty much as soon as she comes to Portland, her father peeps this and he's like, girl, you need some help. So he makes her go to a Shoplifters Anonymous support group. She doesn't really want to go, but like she's in high school, she has to listen to him. It's his house. While attending the support group, she notices 2 girls who go to her school. Now these 3 girls, they never really cross paths. They're not in the same friend group, you know, stereotypically looking at their character development. They're not supposed to be friends, quote unquote, but they end up being friends. So that's Mo and Tabitha. Tabitha, she comes from money, but she isn't really happy or satisfied with her life, particularly in regards to her family, her social circle, and her boyfriend Brady. Now Mo, on the other hand, she's very, very smart, which I really love. And I love this because her vibe is like, I don't give a F. Like, you know, she wears all black. You know, you see her from a distance and you're like, I don't want to mess with that girl. But she's like, oh, I could fight you, but I'm also going to get this 4.0. Like, she has a lot going for her. Now, for her, money does not come easy. She lives in a single parent household, so her mom works a lot of hours to keep the lights on. Her dad is incarcerated, but her relationship with her mom is pretty good despite her mom's long hours. So over the course of the first season, we see the trio really support each other and hold each other down. You know, they kind of still do bond through stealing, which I just want them to get past that. I understand that they're using it to cope, but you know, it's not a good thing. I don't want one of them to get caught one of these days. That's how they bond, but they do hold each other down and help each other out a lot. Another thing that I do like is that in just 10 episodes, this show manages to show us some budding romances for each of the 3 girls. So you have Mo, she has her little boo, and he really likes her, but she just wants to keep him on the down low. She doesn't want anybody to really know about them. Now Elodie, she actually, when she first got to Portland, she lied to Tabitha and Mo and told them about an old friend from New Mexico, and she was like, yeah, that's my girlfriend, like we're together. But then she revealed that that wasn't actually her girlfriend. It was just a really close friend, but she probably wanted more. So fortunately, she does find herself falling for a musician named Sabine, which is cool because, you know, I love to see diversity, but I'm personally not psyched about her love interest. I'm not psyched about Sabine. I don't know if Sabine is as into Elodie as Elodie is into Sabine, and I don't want to see my girl get hurt, so I gotta see, you know, Sabine put in some work. So here's a bit of a spoiler. So I kind of gave away a little bit of tea, but if you're still listening, there's definitely gonna be a spoiler coming here. Tabitha has a pretty trash relationship with her boyfriend Brady, and let's just say he does a little too much. Like, he's always doing the most, but worst of all, he does not know how to keep his hands to himself. So in order to get back at him, the 3 girls steal his car from school and they end up crashing it by accident. In order to cover things up, they push the car into a river. Now when this happened, I'm like, oh, like we committing crimes. Like, yeah, like y'all were stealing, y'all were, you know, shoplifting, small things, but y'all out here doing like Grand Theft Auto. Like, you guys are out here damaging property, putting it in the water. But I don't know why I thought that just because it was in the water, like things would be fine. Like, I was like, okay, we can leave this behind us. But no, things don't blow over. Tabitha's ex-boyfriend senses that she has something to do with it, and she's not necessarily off the hook, so we're just like stressed. Back at Elodie's house, her father finds her keepsake box, which is filled with all these stolen goods. And worst of all, for some reason, Elodie was holding on to the car keys, and like this kid was driving a BMW. It's a small school, so when this happened, they want information about like who stole this dude's car. Everybody knows about it. So when the dad finds this BMW car key in his daughter's room, who he knows has a problem with, you know, having sticky fingers, he's like, girl, you got another level of problems. Like, I'm trying to help you, but you're not letting me help you. You got to go. So he's like, you're gonna go to a treatment facility in Seattle, and she's pretty much distraught. The final scene of this season, we see Elodie and Sabine driving away in a van together. The 3 girls get on the bridge just to like, you know, talk, and it's just like, I can't believe that you have to leave. I'm gonna miss you. And then Sabine drives up while they're on the bridge. I'm not sure if this was intentional. Like, was it like a coincidence? I don't know. The girls, you know, tell Sabine take care of Elodie. Elodie hops in this van and they're off. So that was a quick little recap. Hopefully it actually was quick to y'all. So now I'm just gonna get into a few few ideas for season 2. So if you pay attention to one of Mo's last scenes in the final episode of the first season, I'm hoping that this won't happen, but it's a possibility that in season 2 she may have a little itty bitty drinking issue, little drinking dependency. While at school, Mo got into a little scuffle. She put her hands on somebody, which wasn't right, even though I'm on her side always because she's like my favorite on the show. She got suspended, and because she got suspended, she lost the opportunity to attend a STEM program in South Korea, which is huge because our girl, I told you already, she's mad smart. She just doesn't have the money, she doesn't have the connections that, you know, Tabitha or Brady have. So this would have been huge just for her to go to college or just get out of her situation, and they took it away because, you know, she couldn't keep her hands to herself. I feel like she's probably seeing this as like, this was my only chance to like really look good, and I will never make it out of my current situation. So the last thing that we see is her stealing a handle of tequila, and I mean, it's tequila, so you know she's going through it because tequila will knock you right out. But I'm hoping that she doesn't have a drinking issue. If it is something minor, I hope that when the girls get back together, hopefully Tabitha and Elodie can help her get back on track. So fingers are crossed. Mo also talked a bit about her father in the first season, talking about how he was in prison, but I think that she talked about how he was coming out of prison, or at least wanted to communicate with her near the middle/end of the season. So if he is gonna get out, I kind of want to see the show explore her relationship with them. It could potentially be something that she needs to like get back on that right track. For Elodie, I mean, I think she'll find her way back to Portland and her family because she ran away from home. Like, she did leave a note, but like, because she ran away from home, when she does touch base back home, I'm hoping that her father will embrace her and not like just blow up on her. He sometimes, like, they write these like coming of age show parents to be so like dumb, but sometimes it's hard because like when I see him act, like he's really trying his best. Like, it is unfortunate that her mom passed away, and I'm really close to my mom, so like seeing her and seeing how she feels about losing her mom, I'm like, girl, I get you, but your dad really is trying his best. So I'm kind of on the fence, but I'm not a parent, so obviously I lean towards like, you know, the teenagers, but he's trying the best that he can, but hopefully he can be a little bit mindful of all the loss that his daughter has encountered. He might send her to a facility still, because it's like, not only have you been wilding, but you also gonna see her run away with a stranger. If he does send her to a facility, I hope that it's still in Portland or relatively close, so she's not too far from the girls. Like, she's in no position to be negotiating, but hopefully he'll hear her out a little bit and they could be on a good page. So for Tabitha, it seems like the car blackmail situation with Brady gets dropped, and I hope it stays that way, because Brady has money, but Tabitha does too. So I love this. This is an equal playing field. Like, she comes for money, and in fact, he's depending on Tabitha's father to help him get to Stanford. So it's like, play with me if you want to. So near the end, you know, last episode, we see Brady show up to Tabitha's house because there's an exclusive dinner party going on, and I think that there's some representatives from Stanford, or just like some old Stanford buddies of her father, and he gets turned away at the door. And to put the cherry on top, Tabitha's mother comes to the door and sees Brady through the door, and she sees him begging to get in, and she's like, boy, bye. Like the look she gives him is like, I know what you did to my daughter. You can take that little car and go right back home. And I love that. I love when in shows, movies, anything, when people are on the same page, because when you are all on the same page, nobody could come in and try to like use secrets to tear that unit apart. Like, this is Teflon, you're not getting through this. So when I found out that the show was only getting one more season, I was kind of upset. I was like, why are you canceling it? It's so good. But I do think that they'll be able to tie up things well with the second season. Like, I don't think we'll have any like really bad cliffhangers. Like, there might be parts where you're like, but whatever happens to this person, but it's not going to be like imagine if they ended season 1 and they were like, okay, no season 2. Like, then I would be really upset. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to keep it really short because I have a tendency to, you know, talk for hours and hours and hours. But I'm curious to know, do you guys think that we'll have any new storylines this season? All I want to know is Elodie going to make it back home safely, and is Mo going to get her life together? But other than that, I don't want to see the exact same storylines. I want to mix it up. We have time to do that. The writers do a very good job of introducing things and then tying up loose ends very well, very quickly. Are there any storylines that you're done with seeing? Like, you're like, please don't bring back this Brady thing. Like, are there any things that you guys are like, no more of this? Do you think that Elodie will spend a lot of time with Sabine and stay away from home? I'm hoping that they don't spend like the majority of the season like on the run. Like, we do not have time for that. But yes, anything that you guys think, if you think I'm kind of wrong about something, because I missed anything, please feel free to leave it down below. I look forward to hearing your thoughts and theories, and I hope to hear from you soon.